Yeah, some beets that have recovered. Hey, Full Table CSA family. We're here in a caterpillar tunnel on a very cold day outdoors, but here's in the mid 60s, and we have been planting up a storm. Doug is down in Trinidad in the Caribbean, finally taking a vacation, and Caleb is at a Korean bathhouse enjoying himself. And Kai has been doing the hard work today of seeding some flats for the spring.
So today we seeded in Swiss chard and broccoli and mini broccoli all down here, and we have some lettuce going and some beets going, and yeah, lots of babies.
And then was the soil fun to work with today, or?
The soil had ice cubes. Oh my goodness, there's
Chunks.
frozen chunks in here, and so Lucas did all the prep work of.
And I broke a scoop, which will not be that will be taken out of my paycheck. But here we are in the cold landscape of January 2025 at Common Ground inside the garden. The little inch, slightly less than an inch of snow last night was very helpful for insulating the beds. I think people want to see actually people might not want to see my face, but yeah, we got actually the perfect amount of snow to actually be an insulative layer on many of the rows without it being detrimental to collapsing some of the protections we have set up. So that's good. Here, take a look at these happy spinaches. One thing that's been very interesting to notice, kind of the first time I've noticed it, is that on the north side of the beds, things do not thaw out because they don't get any sun. So when we're uncovering the beds, we generally always have to do it from the south this time of year when there's snow on the ground, because otherwise it's just frozen to the ground. We rip everything to shreds. But like, I'm on the south side of the bed, so this is actually thawed enough today with the sunshine to be able to take a look underneath. Yes, I am. They do have some damage, but some of the new leaf growth from the inside is good enough. There'll be plenty to harvest this upcoming week. Very sweet spinach because they produce some antifreeze in the form of simple carbohydrates to protect themselves, and it's really delicious. They'll be on the list next week in copious quantities. Down here, let's go through the south. Yeah, things are kind of as dreary as they can get in the garden space. We've put some leaves on this bed, this area in the south here that gets shaded by the trees most of the winter, so we can't really grow anything here successfully. So we just rest, add a lot of organic matter. I want to also add some rock dust to remineralize the soil, as well as some inoculant from some diverse local biomes to add in some of those microbes that may not be present in the soil because of the current status, just to give it a more rich, diverse, better prospects for the plants later this spring as those roots build and grow relationships with the microbes around them. We can walk this way. Yeah, Kai, you're just kind of returning back to the garden space after a little pause during the New Year time. What has winter farming been like for you? We can walk back.
Today is my first snow in North Carolina. I enjoyed waking up to the winter wonderland. Actually kind of felt the snow last night. The window blind was closed, and I was like, I feel like I should peek out the window, and there's my first North Carolina snow. You know, it's amazing how much food is happening here in January, but it is brutal on the fingers. It gets to be cold to the bone, but there's a lot of life on the farm in January.
Yeah, a lot of life indeed. So it's been so cold in these night times that if we can make a transition under here. This is going to be a thermodynamics 8th grade level crash course. Heat exchanges all around us, temperature. Things want to come to homeostasis, but with the ever-changing environmental conditions, we try to prevent the frost damage from happening, especially at night when it's been getting down to 15 degrees. So we have multiple layers on this very happy bed of salad mix. So we have 2 layers. We have a kind of thinner synthetic fabric layer, and then a more puffy one, fuzzy. So those 2 layers combined with the protection and the heat buildup throughout the day, just by being in the caterpillar tunnel and the lack of wind in here, that's another big thing. If it was windy, the beds out in the field, all the heat that's coming in from the sun in the day would just blow out. But here there's a lot more protection from the wind. But even inside the caterpillar tunnel, we need 2 layers on these salad mix, the salad mix bed, to protect it from the hard freezes at night. But for now, our efforts are being rewarded because this bed looks really happy. One of the downsides to covering is that there's not as much airflow. Like it's just a stuffy situation for them, and certain funguses can proliferate. Something bottom rot starts to happen in some of these beds as they age, and then will spread out. But we get at least a few good weeks of harvests even in the winter. But yeah, these salad mixes would be much happier if they didn't have the covers on them. But at night they would freeze, and we don't have the labor capacity to be removing and putting back on the covers every single day. That's all we would be doing, and we would need time turners like Hermione Granger and Harry Potter to be able to do that. So we just have to take what we can get and be really grateful that we do have lots of good veggies here in January.